Hi everyone, my name's Jamie and this is Kate, and today we are going to talk to you about the power of digital data. We work in the leisure and tourism team. I'm an assistant manager operating out of the business team in Ipswich, and Kate is a senior working at the business team in Colchester. We, as part of the leisure and tourism team, work with businesses across East Anglia. Particularly, an area we like to focus on is looking to increase their digital mindset and the digital tools that they use, particularly allowing businesses to reduce stress, make better decision making, and also allow them to focus on their business and the customer experience rather than the admin and behind the scenes.
So, what currently stops you from making more use of digital software? Let's take a minute to think about what holds you back. Comfort with the current way of working, it works, so why change it? Time and cost concerns. Worry that implementation will take too long and cost too much choice, unsure of which software is the right fit for your business. Lack of support or guidance, not having someone to help with setup, training, or ongoing use. Here's why we think you should make use of digital software in your business. There's three key points here. Automation saves time on a day to day basis. You can get your bank feeds linked directly into the software. Invoice processing becomes quicker and more automated. And you can also now use AI to help reduce your input. Integration, we work seamlessly now with other devices and apps. Tools like Dex capture invoices and feeds directly into systems such as Xero. It reduces duplication and keeps everything connected. Insight, real-time view of your business performance. You can get up-to-date information on cash flow, profit, and key metrics, which in turn supports better, more informed decision making. Ultimately, it's about time saving, reducing stress, and giving you better visibility of your business.
So when we look at the before, for most businesses that are operating on a manual point of view, they will often have a lot of paper sat around. We've had clients in the past, I particularly have, that have filing cabinets worth of invoices and documents, which is not just takes up a lot of space, but is often difficult to find the right information and timely to actually pull that all together to produce the year-end information. Systems aren't connected, and that then causes more manual entry, more time. And then really a big one is that you're always looking historically. So before with manual entry, the last set of figures you might well have might be your last set of accounts, which can sometimes be up to 9 months prior, which doesn't allow you to make up to date, constant decisions on your business. You're constantly relying on the prior information rather than looking forward. And then again, that gives you no visibility on your cash flow, which we know for leisure and tourism business is incredibly important, with a lot going on in the sector at the moment in terms of rising costs. There may be seasonality in your business, especially if you're in leisure and tourism. So that is something that's really important to keep an eye on. And looking historically doesn't give you that touch point. You might know how much cash is in the bank at one day, but that doesn't mean that in a month, 3 months, a year, that you're going to be in the same position. And that is where the use of digital software in some capacity can really give you that real key benefit. And as we said, it gives you that inability to monitor as you go. So you're looking historically, you're not able to see in the last month, what did you do in terms of profit? What was your sales from this particular area? Did it go up? Did it go down? Have you had a cost massively jump up? You can't monitor it as you go. And a lot of the conversations that you would be having with us and or with your accountant would be based on historic data, which then isn't useful for making decisions moving forward. So that results in reactive decision making, which doesn't allow you to make decisions promptly. It doesn't allow you to make decisions in a good way. Consider that now to after. So if you do make use of digital software and solutions, so you save a lot of time through the automation of your input. A lot of that manual entry can fall away. Softwares can talk to each other. You might only have to do one input, and that might cover across the whole of your accounting softwares. No more paper, or at least a lot less. You can still keep some form of paper, but a lot of these digital softwares can take scans of that paperwork, and that counts towards your HMRC record keeping. So you don't necessarily need to keep the physical version. And coming on to then looking forward, that's then real key benefits. You can make decisions faster based on current information and have an awareness of things like your cash flow and any fluctuations in cost or income. You can look at current position versus the last few months. You can project moving forwards. You're looking at a potential cash flow software, which really allows you to make those decisions in the moment and without having to rely on the historic data.
Okay, so HMRC are introducing a new way to report income. Are you ready? So, this is going to affect a lot of tourism businesses, as many of you will be on a self employed basis and having to report on a self assessment tax return. The first threshold which comes in is for the year ending 6th of April 2026, and that's with turnover of 50,000. Each following year is going to decrease. Eventually, it will affect most of you. You will need to have compatible software to be able to submit these returns on a quarterly basis. We've talked around this software already. Obviously, if you want more details about that, we can help. The key date to remember, if it does affect you in this first year, that your first return is going to need to be submitted by the 7th of August 2026. So there's not long left really to get that software in place and being in use. This isn't just a compliance change, it's another step towards fully digital record keeping and real time tax reporting.
So, how can we help? So, as Kate alluded to previously, there are quite a few barriers in terms of taking up this digital software. That can be due to a huge amount of choice, not just among the softwares, but the applications that you can use and guidance on using the softwares in the best way. So that's where we can really come in and provide great value. All of our team have are trained on a multitude of those softwares and can provide that support to you, not just in terms of the training, but then the support afterwards on terms of the onboarding and throughout the process of you using that software. A lot of these softwares are cloud based, so that will allow us to have access alongside you. So that will allow us to answer your questions often in real time rather than having to necessarily come out or you explain a problem over the phone. And we can recommend particular softwares to best suit your business. So where we are particularly picking an accounting software, we would look at what you need and what you require for your business and apply the accounting software to that where possible. The training that we do will also be with you or with your team. And we, again, as mentioned, will complete that before, during, and then after to provide ongoing support. There is also the option for us to complete this for you. So Kate spoke about making tax digital, how that's coming in, particularly in terms of bookkeeping and outsourcing. We can be of assistance there. We appreciate that businesses are extremely busy, and that's where we can provide that value and take that pressure off of you to need to do that so that you can focus on the customer, the experience, and running your business. And then ongoing assistance is then incredibly important. So this doesn't all need to be done, all of your digital improvements in one go. You obviously have the requirements for making tax digital, but we can work with you on an ongoing basis to improve your digital footprint going forward and increase your uptake of those applications to streamline your business further. So if you have any questions on what we've covered today, particularly around Making Tax Digital, that might be an area that some people are worried about or have concerns about. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact Kate or myself and we'd be happy to assist you.